Hey everyone, what's going on? It is AciDicBliTzz or Justin, and welcome to my 2017 setup video. So I know you're just looking at a wall right now, but this setup is insanely different from my last one. I will link my last setup video in the top right of this video. It was posted about 2 years ago, and a lot has changed. So are you guys ready? Give me a countdown. 3, 2, 1... Here it is. Here is the brand new 2017 setup that I have going on for my gaming rig, my YouTubing stuff, everything I would need to do YouTube into the game and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and start from the right and move our way left because that feels like the best possible scenario. One big thing I want to point out though is I obviously have my 100K subscriber plaque right here. Now, I want to mount this thing on the wall. I never see YouTubers like ever do that with their 100K plaque, so I really want to do that. Now, what do you guys think? That wall right there behind the monitors, or that wall right there behind the PC? Comment down which side of the wall do you think, left or right? Comment it down, let me know, and let's get into it. To kick things off, we have my PC. Now, I've had this for over a year now, and I will leave all of these specs down below, but the main things it's got going for it is it has liquid cooling, 16 gigs of RAM, a 2TB hard drive, a 128GB SSD, very small, definitely need an upgrade right there. I believe it's got a GTX 970 in it, so again, I'll leave all the specs down below, but those are the main things I want to point out. It's also got an i7 processor in it, so not too bad, not the greatest, but it definitely gets the job done, which is all I really wanted to do. Moving on from that, we have our Audio-Technica AT2035 XLR microphone with the foam windscreen, and this thing is held up by my Rode swivel boom arm. So as you can see right here, it can go up, it can go down, left or right. Super useful for just doing YouTube and trying to talk in any different kind of capacity, and also just moving it, out of the way when you're not actually using the microphone, which is really cool. So this thing does attach to the back of my desk. Pardon the cable management, very bad. And obviously to make this XLR microphone work, we have to have ourselves an audio interface, which we have the Line 6 UX2 right here. So the XLR plugs in right there in the front, the USB comes out the back, goes in the computer, and there you go. The microphone works. Really awesome. This audio interface is great. Obviously, one, it lets the mic work, and two, you can do some really cool voices with it, which you guys have heard in my most recent videos. So definitely recommend all of this stuff. By the way, I will link all of the things I'm talking about down in the description. And also I want to give a huge shout out to T-Benar Kenworth, or Kenny, for recommending a lot of this stuff to me, because without him, I would have some really bad stuff probably. Keeping it going, we have two BenQ 24-inch 1MS 144Hz monitors. They're both the same, the XL2411 monitors. Now this one is like darker, more black. This one is more like gray, and this one seems a tad bit bigger. I don't really know why. I guess this is the older version and this is the newer version. I'm not really too sure. They are the same exact monitor, so I don't really know what's going on with that, but very good monitors. They look great. They perform well. I like them a lot. Now, you might be wondering, Justin, why do you have two Logitech cameras side by side? What are you doing? Well, this one is the Logitech C920, and this one is the Logitech C922. They're pretty much the same, except this one can shoot in 720p 60 frames, while this one only shoots in 720p 30, and they both shoot in 1080p 30 as well. So, sorry about that, my phone ran out of space. So, I have them both here because this one, the C920, is like what every single YouTuber and their mother uses. It's a good one, it's what I've used up until this point, but recently, it started giving me a red screen. I don't know what happened to it, but luckily, a week ago, I had bought the C922, and I said to myself, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I never actually used this one, but it broke, so I fixed it. So that's why I'm now using the C922. It looks good. They're both fantastic, like starter webcams. They look great. They perform well. So if you guys are looking to pick one up, either one of these two are a good choice. So moving on to the keyboard and mouse area, we have the mouse pad being the Razer Goliath, this, I believe, Speed Edition. It looks really cool, as you can see right here really fast. Like, it just looks really cool. So, there's that. We have the Razer Black Widow Chroma and the Razer Naga Chroma. This one I think I have to replace because the 2 hotkey right there is kind of being stiff and not really working here and there, which is obviously not good for hotkeys in Minecraft, or I suppose really any other game. And obviously, since they're both chroma, they switch and you can move around the color, like whatever, like color pattern, however you want to do it, you can switch them around, which is really, really cool. I keep it with just like the breathing one on both of them, which works for me. So moving on over to the headset, I have an Astro A40 plus the mix amp right here. Now, I would highly recommend this headset. If you guys want to buy one, obviously I'm linking it down below, but if you ever want to buy one, I would highly appreciate it if you guys did use the link down below, because it directly supports me and lets Astro keep, knowing I'm a good sponsor, and they keep giving me headsets to give away to you guys over on Twitter. But again, I've been using this one for over 3 years now. It is absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend Astros. They are just so very good. So moving on over to something a bit different. I don't know why I wanted these, but I got myself some custom coasters that have my logo on it. Now, please comment down. Would you want to buy these things? I posted these on Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram, and I got a few comments and people saying they would actually buy these things if I sold them. So if you guys want to buy these, definitely let me know, and maybe we can get that going in the future. But they look really cool. I think it's just a cool little addition to my setup. I don't see other YouTubers really have things like this, so I figured why not be a little bit different and have something kind of cool like this. We're almost done, guys, don't worry. So next up we have the Elgato HD60 capture card. Now this is what I use to record my PlayStation and my phone, and I suppose my Xbox if I really wanted to do so. Great capture card, highly recommend it. It works really well, obviously, with it being the HD60. It does capture in 60 frames. There are better ones and newer ones, especially one that actually goes in your PCI slot in your PC, which is really cool. But for now, this one works for me, so that's the one I have. Now, obviously, moving on, we have the PlayStation 4. Really nothing special, it's just a regular PlayStation 4. That's what I used to play Call of Duty. That's really the only FPS console game I want to play on the console, of course, and occasionally like Trials and Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, things like that. I play this on my PS4. With the PS4, I have two SCUF controllers. I believe this one is called the Galaxy, and this one is called the Digital Camo Green Edition. Both are great controllers. I really can't play COD without a SCUF, so I guess I'm one of those types of people, but they work well. They're pretty expensive, but they definitely do make you, like, 100%, if you're playing like Black Ops 3, this will make you better. I'm just saying. I'm not sponsored by them, but if you want to go for it, then take my word, it does work, so there you go. So we got some candy back here, and some random little Pokemon plushies, always pretty cool. But moving on to the final bits of this setup video. So we have ourselves the Sony Handycam plus a tripod that can help it swivel, look up and down. It can go up and down right here. This is obviously useful for recording handcam. Now I figured since I have a bit of a different setup and I kind of play a little bit different as well, I may use this to record some handcam in the future. Let me know if you guys want to see that again. I know I've done two before, but it is a little bit different and it should be a better angle now. So moving on to the second to last thing, we have ourselves the studio light. Actually, very quickly before we go to the studio light, to make this work through USB, you have to buy yourself a little dongle right here. So it plugs into the dongle through this, and then it goes out through USB, so you can actually use it on your computer and record it through things like OBS. So now moving on to the studio light. Obviously, the point of this is to just give yourself better lighting, to shine and make the lighting be directly on your face, try and eliminate all of the shadows going on in the setup as well. Now, I do know I am not a professional lighting expert whatsoever, and I do think I need some softbox lightings to go along with this studio light itself, so I'm going to try and make that happen. I might buy some diffusion panels to put inside the light to kind of make it a softbox light itself, but for now, this is what we got, and it's working to an extent, which is really all that matters. And finally, we have ourselves the GT Omega Racing Gaming Chair. No hacks, just gaming chair, man. Let's get it. I've had this thing for a very long time. I will link to my review and like unboxing and setup of this chair down below, but as a lot of you guys know, in my old setup, I used to have to sit on my bed and play Minecraft. Very horrible idea, and an equally horrible setup. So Huge shout out to GT Omega for sponsoring me this chair. If you guys want to buy one for yourself, link down below, find your country, and then use my code to save yourself some money. I would very much appreciate that. But, like, not even joking, if I was not sponsored by them, this is a very comfortable chair. This pillow is great. It's a great, like, height for my neck. It works well. You guys know I have neck and back issues from, you know, before the bed sitting anyways. So this actually does help a little bit, and it's just a very comfortable chair. Only issue with me and the setup is, it's a bit of a snug fit. Like it barely fits. You gotta like force that thing in there, but it gets in there and it works. It's still a snug fit, but it works. That's really all that matters. So guys, that is basically it for my 2017 Ultimate Setup Tour space/video. I guess down below we have ourselves an APC battery backup that also has a bunch of outlets on it, and a BliTzz. I believe it's also a surge protector, plus obviously 6 outlets and 4 USB slots in it as well, which is really cool. Just some power strips so I can obviously plug all my stuff in. And this is also where all the ugly cable management goes. We don't have any cable management, guys. Literally zero. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. One thing I actually want to mention though, this right here, this was supposed to be where my TV mount went, but for some reason they had to put the internet through it, so I have this ugly white line going down my wall. Actually horrible. I'm going to put a mirror up there or something and just cover this up, but it looks horrible. So, guys, that is going to do it for my setup video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Definitely comment down about your thoughts on the setup, anything you think could be better, anything you thought you liked about the setup. Definitely comment down your thoughts about the 100K plaque and the coasters, and yeah. Other than that, if you guys did enjoy, drop a like, subscribe, and of course, share the video around. And without further ado, I will talk to you all later. And like I said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.